Hey there, Flynn here, and welcome back once again to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Today is day 7. It is Drake Day today in Apex Hall. I even got my fancy Drake Interplanetary shirt to celebrate this occasion. Now it's kind of funny because Drake actually used to be kicked out of the normal expo. They weren't even allowed to attend because of, their connection to pirates. They used to have to hold their own expo. It's pretty cool seeing them here now among all the other manufacturers. I love how Drake always tries to sort of market themselves as the good guys, even though basically everybody and their mother knows that Drake ships are more often than not used for piracy. But man, their marketing campaign is just all about, well, to be fair, this is pretty cool. The Kraken looks sick. They could have upped the resolution on these videos here, but whatever. It's kind of like a game they play, sort of a balance between, like, they know their actual customer base, but they pretend it doesn't exist. And I'll be honest, Drake is actually one of my favorite, ooh, this is cool, I love the Caterpillar. Drake is actually one of my more favorite manufacturers, mostly because every single ship they sell is very specialized. Like, there's no thrills, like you get what you pay for, no strings attached for the most part. And basically, everything is also really affordable. I guess apart from the Cutlass steel, but we'll probably get to that today. Okay, so right up here, we see the Cutter. So this is Drake's entry into the starter ship series, the Cutter Scout. So this one here is apparently recon-based, so I assume it has better sensors, better range, probably like better fuel tanks, I imagine. And here is one of my favorite ships, the Drake Caterpillar. Now, obviously, I don't actually own this. I have it on loaner because I own a Drake Ironclad whenever Drake sends those out. And this is the loaner ship they sent me to sort of, hold me over until the Ironclad comes out, and I really like it, man. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Caterpillar. It's just your classic big rig space trucker, right? Like, I'm a huge fan of this ship. And here is the Cutter Rambler. I don't actually know what this thing is. Let's see. Expedition. Okay. So apparently it has more cargo space by the looks of it. It's a cool looking, like, paint job on this thing. I do like this. Kind of the bluish steel sort of look. Let's open these ramps up here. I'll be honest, I don't really see it. It seems to have less space in the back. Hold on, let me actually... Yeah, this is your normal Cutter here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems cool. It seems cool. Okay, so that's all they have in the hall here. It's just a couple of Cutters and a Caterpillar. But let's go over here. Oh, this ominous music is playing once again. Back to this mosquito-looking thing. So here's the main hall. The hall 2 and 3 aren't being used, but hall 4 and 5 are. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to hall 5, so we'll just do hall 4 first. Oh, wait, I almost forgot to go down the stairs here. Ow. Broke my ankle. So here we are once again in the belly of the expo. This little thing is ridiculous. It's so cute and it's kind of useless, but it's adorable. This is of course the Drake Mule. It just carries a single box up here with its little gravity plates, and maybe something down here as well. Actually, it fits something back here. I have literally zero experience with this apart from like running into it a couple times in the verse, and I thought it was adorable every single time I saw it. Let's go over to this side here and see what this place has to offer. Okay, so this is your Dragonfly. This is kind of classic, just your classic hover bike here. Not really a whole lot to be said about hover bikes, honestly. They're kind of death traps, even more so than regular motorcycles. Like, you step on this thing, you're gonna die within 5 minutes, more often than not. They really need to iron out some of the kinks in the gravity generation, like propulsion stuff. All right, so coming back here into this part of the expo. Ooh boy, look at this. I know a bunch of you are really looking forward to getting your version of this ship. I don't own it, but I know several people in the org that do. This is the Drake Kraken. You kind of saw that in the promotional, like, advertisement at the beginning, right? This is, of course, your carrier for your carrier-based activities. This ship should actually be shipped out, say that 7 times fast, after the Ironclad is. Yeah, so expect the Ironclad first, and then expect this ship. I mean, just look at this thing, man. This thing is... I love the look of these ships. I just do, man. Like, I'm a huge... Oh, man, here's my baby here. This is the Ironclad. Yeah, so the whole point of this is just sort of armored freight transport. It holds 1,500 SCU, so, way less than your Hull C. But it's completely armored. It can essentially also function as sort of a pocket carrier. And there's so many things you can do. So you could park a couple prospectors, a couple vultures in the hangar bay of this thing. Just kind of take them out, return, unload cargo, rinse and repeat. So this is really good for, I mean, hell, man, you could probably even do a one-man operation of this thing, I imagine, if you just use this for transport. And it's up-armored enough, you should be able to get away if you get attacked. Hopefully. Apart from, quantum interdiction and stuff like that. I think this is a really good base of operations kind of ship. Half the price of the Kraken. Well, actually, wait, hold on. I think it's more like a third or a quarter of the price of the Kraken, now that I think about it. It's just the vibe of this ship just really, really speaks to me. It's basically just the Caterpillar times 3. Like, that's exactly what this ship is. I love it. Like, there's not really a whole lot to say about it. I'm a huge fan of this. Alrighty, now let's go back up here to Hall 4. Of course, you have your weapons here, your concession stand. Same as usual. Wouldn't mind a cup of coffee though. And I haven't been in Hall 4 since like the beginning of the expo because like nobody has had their manufacturers around here. Alrighty, so here you have your Buccaneer, a ship that's designed to sort of punch above its weight class, more or less, right? You can kind of tell by looking at it. You can see it's just bristling with armaments. It doesn't even have an ejection seat, so keep that in mind if you're gonna fly this thing. It's basically just a flying death trap with a bunch of guns on it. And look at the size of these engines though, right? Like that's something I love about the Drake design language, is just how fucking cool the engines look. It's just sick, man. It's just sick. And here you have the Corsair. It used to be a little bit more firepower. Used to go to the pilot, right? But I guess maybe they had electrical issues or something and they weren't able to keep that up. I don't really know exactly what the reasoning is behind that, but they sort of had to put some of the guns to more of the turrets, right? And they couldn't slave it to the cockpit there. But this is a cool ship, you know, the sailboat of the stars. I've taken this out before. I don't own it, but I do like it quite a bit. I love the sloop slash brigantine look. You know, with the sails and all that kind of stuff. It's a very, very awesome design. And here is your sort of, I guess it's a data runner. It looks kind of, I know this ship has a cult following, so I'm sorry if I step on any toes here. This is the one Drake ship that I'm not crazy about. I like the engine. Like, that's cool. Look at the size of that freaking thing. And I think it's actually the fastest ship in the verse right now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe apart from some of the racers. This thing's really fast. You can see you have like your data banks slash server racks or whatever here. Tiny little T-Rex wings here with your little weapon just hanging off. It's a ship. It's a ship. Pretty much useless right now. It might be better in the future, I hope. That thing's been out for a while. Alrighty, now let's go to Hall 5, which is actually probably going to be my favorite hall here, I imagine. Still no dead bodies. Oh, wait, hold on, never mind. I spoke too soon. That's unfortunate. Shit happens. Alright, let's go over here. Alrighty, yeah, the Cutlass section. Ooh, they got the Vulture here in the center. There's so many things I want to talk about. Let's go to this one first here. So this is your Cutlass Black. I've mentioned a couple times now in the past couple of days of IAE how I'm not the biggest fan of ship variants, right? I'm more of a fan of ships that are specialized towards a certain role and do that role very well. Kind of keeps variety, you know, everyone's not flying around at the same exact ship. The Cutlass Black is actually one of those ships that is, its intended purpose is to be good at variants, right? If that makes any sense. So it's not like a normal ship that just like has different versions of it. It does have different versions, but that's its designation. That's how it's designed. Its purpose, its role is to be an all-around ship. And I hope I can kind of get my point across here. And of course, here is your cargo bay here, 46 SCU of cargo. It's a multi-crew ship. It has a turret, co-pilot seat, all that kind of stuff. It's awesome. You know, some beds here. The only thing it's missing is a toilet. You have to shit somewhere, I guess, in a bucket or something. I hesitate to use this word, but it's almost a perfect ship. In my opinion, this is, if someone wants to ask me what is the best ship in the entire verse, I would probably say the Cutlass Black. And over here, you have your rescue version of the ship here. It has a medical bay. See here, you got a couple medical beds here. I don't think I've actually been inside this one before. Let me see. No, I haven't. Oh shit. So they took out your turret and replaced it with a shit shower combo. That's cool. I mean, it makes sense on a medical ship. You want to be like kind of sterilized, right? This is cool. What happens if I set my respawn point to this ship in the expo? Can I do that? Can I transfer my implant into this specific ship? That'd be hilarious. Anyway, yeah, there's the beds over here. What about the airlock? There you go, there's your standard airlock here. Now, actually, this ship used to have an airlock. I had this ship way back in the day. It looked a lot skinnier. It was rather dinky. And these thrusters here kind of just flew around in random directions. Oh gosh, it was a joy to fly, to be honest. This is a long time ago. Then they kind of updated it and retrofitted all the old ships, and now it looks like this now. But the initial version that I had an airlock on the side. They kind of replaced it in favor of these doors, and honestly, I like the doors better. I just think it works better. The airlock is good on this though. All right, let's go over here to the Drake Vulture. This is also one of the better ships in the verse. This is your salvage ship, right? I should probably specify if anybody doesn't know what the ship does, it is salvage based. So you kind of come over here to the front of the ship. You know, suck up some stuff. It goes through the tubes into this section here. Then the back, you refine it out into RMC boxes and sell it. And inside is, you know, a full living quarters, you know, a bed, you know, shit shower combo, all that kind of stuff. It's such a good ship. This is a great ship too. Okay, now here is the Cutlass Blue. I've actually never used this. Apparently it's pretty popular with pirates because of quantum interdiction. Kind of see the cockpit canopy. I actually like that. I want to see what that looks like on the inside. Got some docking collars here on the sides. That's cool. What does the back look like? Okay, this makes sense. You got your bounty pods here, looks like. I guess 2 rows of them, so what, 12? 12 bounty pods? That's ridiculous. There's a turret, beds. Yeah, look at this. Actually, I like this view. Dude, this is the best visibility out of any of the Cutlass models. Why don't they just put this in all the Cutlasses? What the hell? This is actually great. I like that. Visibility is not terrible. It used to be worse on the Cutlass, but anyway. Yeah, there's your Cutlass Blue. The lights do turn on. I don't know if there's a siren or not, though. All right, now this is the Cutlass Steel. Right, I don't really know how I feel about this ship in particular. Well, going into it, okay, actually, the aesthetics of this, it's kind of taking me back to the to my army days, to be honest with you. I don't really know how I feel about that. Then I guess this deploys the miniguns here. Well, this is cool. I mean, I'll say this. This is quite cool. But overpriced. 100% overpriced. You can fit so many people in here, but the thing is, all these people, this is a death trap. All these people are gonna die. More often than not. It's cool having all these different guns on it, right? Like, you know, you got your door gunner, classic back door gunners, side door gunners. Of course, your main turret gunner here. It's literally just a Cutlass with seats and apparently better armor. I think it's way heavier too. Is it worth the price? I don't think so, right? It's cool. If it was half the price, I think it'd be worth it. To put this in perspective, this is about 3 times as expensive as your normal Cutlass, right? And I don't think that's worth it. Maybe 2.5 times more or something like that, regardless. Now, the cool factor might win out, but if you're looking for value, I'd say just get the regular Cutlass, man. Like, the Valkyrie probably does dropship stuff better, but it's cool. All these ships are cool. Like, I love the look of the Cutlass Black here. Oh, wait, one more thing, actually. I did not know this until a couple days ago, and my mind was absolutely blown. Did you know that the Cutlass Black has a tractor beam in the back? Like, what, dude? I had no fucking clue. I've owned this ship for better part of a decade at this point, and I had no clue about the tractor beam. It legitimately blew my mind. I guess you access it by, maybe it'll actually let me try it. Let's see. You access it by going in the co-pilot seat here. And there's a little button to enter the remote turret. Okay, so I can't actually turn on the power right now, but just trust me. Back here, something kind of like folds out, and then a tractor beam just appears out of nowhere. I think it might be up here, actually. And you can tractor stuff from the back into here, because that was one of the main things that I thought was really cool about the C1. That's Crusader's competitor to this specific ship, if you didn't know. A lot of people like the C1. I think it actually won Best in Show this year, or like I got like 3rd or 4th place or something. But the main advantage that thing had in my mind was that the C1 had a tractor beam. You know, with the new cargo missions, you know, contractors have to move their own cargo. I thought that was really cool, and then it turns out this has a tractor beam the whole time, and that is just crazy. Maybe I seem like an idiot here, but there has to be at least one other person like me who's owned this ship for so long and had no clue about a tractor beam. I fly solo, right? More often than not, I had no clue. Alrighty, folks, now that was day 7 of IAE. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this series. Special shout out to our channel members. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.